Hello, my forensic scientists. My name is Raina T. Malone, and today I will be discussing the projectile impact of a glass when it breaks. The objective of this video is to discuss the order of fracture patterns and to determine which impact and direction came first and which one came after. In order to complete, you're going to need a few materials. You're going to need a large Ziploc bag to hold the glass shards from going out of the place, a square glass to show the fracture pattern, a cardboard to see the fracture pattern better, and a nail and hammer. I didn't have a hammer at the time, so I had to use a tape roll to break the glass. And for the nail, you could use any size nail, big nail, small nail, but I much prefer this one. It's easier to handle and to deal with. What I would strongly recommend you do, or a tip you would recommend you do, is to wear gloves. I didn't wear gloves in my video, and that's my bad, but you're gonna need to wear gloves, and make sure you do this carefully and slowly, and please take your time while doing this. What you're going to need to do is place the cardboard on a flat surface and then place the glass in a plastic bag on top of it. After you do that, you're going to take your nail and hammer and you're going to pound 2 to 3 holes into the glass. With the tape roll, it was kind of difficult for me to break the glass because it's a tape roll, it's not like an actual hammer, so it kind of took me a while to break the glass. Yay! Finally broke the glass. I finally broke the glass, and now I'm going to do a third glass. Now the first one is on the bottom right corner. I did that before I recorded this video, and the second one on the top I did just recently. Now I'm going to pound a third hole into the middle. Like I said, please be careful. Make sure that your needle is steady, and make sure you're wearing gloves for this because it can get messy. While I was doing this, glass shards were flying all over the place still. I don't know how that happened, but please wear gloves and make sure you're doing this carefully, as I said before. As you can see, I already broke 3 holes into the glass, and I'm trying to do an attempt at a 4th one, but it did not work. So while I'm showing you my failed attempt at breaking the 4th hole in the glass, I'm going to be previously briefing to you about a case using glass evidence. I'm just gonna brief it to you. I'm not gonna be too long with the case. I'm gonna talk about a murder case that happened in 2007 with the first degree murder of Ellen Robb, and how a tiny piece of glass indicated that her husband really murdered her. This entire murder case has been described as a mainly circumstantial case. Now let's talk about her husband, Dr. Robb. Dr. Robb called police and told the police that he came home and found that his wife was found dead. But instead of calling 911 first, he called a number other than the emergency number. That's how police was notified. Why would you call another number other than 911? Another eyebrow was in question. When authorities arrived, they saw the wife's body dead, and her face was so beaten and so badly bruised to the point that her face was totally, and I repeat, totally unrecognizable. That had to mean that those bruises were terrible. He told authorities that he meant her head cracked. Now, how would you know whether her head was cracked or not? Another eyebrow was in question. He said that when he came home, he saw that his wife was dead and the dog was locked inside. Now, why would a burglar, let's use common sense now, why would a burglar take so much time to lock a dog inside the family room instead of just killing it right on the spot? And I don't mean to sound harsh. Later in the investigation, it was found that the burglary was staged. And guess who staged it? You guessed it, her husband. How we know that it was staged? Well, let me tell you. Thanks to a little piece of glass that was found in the back door, and his fiber evidence from his shirt, and the wife's DNA evidence, we caught the killer red-handed. Now that we're finished talking about the case, let's look at hole 1, 2, and 3. Let's look at hole 1 and 2. Hole 1 and 2, as you know, are connected with each other. Oh, why is that? Usually when it comes to the order of fracture patterns, radical fractures come first and then concentric patterns come last. So the radical fractures from the second bullet hole always terminate into the fractures from the first bullet hole, and so forth. Now in this case, the radical fracture, which is hole 1, from the radical fracture, which is hole 2 I should say, is always going to connect with the concentric pattern, which is hole 1. That's where they're connecting. And hole 3, the hole 3, it's actually connecting with hole 3 as well. And hole 3 is a horizontal cone, a funnel shaped like area of damage. So usually when there's elasticity, the limit exceeds, glass begins to crack, beginning with the formation of radical crack fractures on the surface. This is the ending of my results on how I did it. I hope you learned something from this video. This is a very, I don't know how I should say, this is one work of a project, and I hope to get something like this again in the future. I enjoy doing the cracks. I enjoy looking at the crack fractures and the way glass cracks. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I intend to do more. Thank you for watching and listening. Good day class, my name is Tia Rajos, and today I will be demonstrating the submersion method. There are 3 tips, which is please use tweezers because the glass can have splinters and end up in your hand. Second is make sure you have goggles. Third is make sure you're wearing your goggles because when you're breaking the glass can shatter and go any direction it intends to go. Right now, I'm putting the liquids in the tubes and about to put the pieces of glass in. Now that the glasses are in, you can see the different transparency or transformation in the different liquids as of the cooking oil, alcohol, and water. Another challenge we faced was understanding the submersion method fully as a group. The submersion method involves submerging a sample of glass into various liquids with known indices of refraction. The sample of glass will essentially disappear when dipped in a liquid with the same refractive index. Now we can see that the alcohol and parts of the oil has disappeared, but you can still kind of see the glass in the water tube, and that there is the submersion method. Good day class, my name is Akia Rodriguez, and today I will be showing you the difference between radical and concentric patterns. So now I'll be showing you how to get both the radical and concentric patterns. The materials you will need are a nail, a big piece of glass so you can be able to see the patterns clearly, styrofoam, cardboard, and I improvised and used a tape holder rather than a hammer. So now I'm going to start making the pattern. So now I'm taking my nail and a tape holder and I will start impaling the glass. As you can see, now I'm trying and it didn't take me long to get the pattern that I need.
As you can see, that is the finished product. That would be the concentric patterns closest to the center of the glass, and the lines around it would be the radical patterns. This is useful to tell which direction the object came from, and it may also help investigators find the person who committed the crime.